Hi, Deborah.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, you look lovely.
Thanks
I
very
like
much.
your wee pony and your red top. Are we Christmassy?
Hello, everyone. Just
Let's go.
hang on. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yes, I'm going to tell you who I am. My name is Deborah King, and I'm a breakthrough coach and speaker. And these are filmed live. And usually in one take. So it is what it is. I am answering some questions about health and well-being. And I have another person in the room, so you will hear their voice, and they're going to ask me the question. So I don't know how it's going to go today, but oh, there we go. There's the camera about sorry. Oh, right. Let's just go. Right, go.
Right. Well,
Sorry.
anyway. So, Deborah,
Yes.
you talk about the conscious and the unconscious mind.
Okay.
Could you be able, or could you talk a little bit more about this and explain the difference? Or what do you mean by the conscious and the unconscious mind?
Okay.
Enlighten me.
Okay. Yes, because not everybody does know, I think, what these terms mean. So the conscious mind and the unconscious, and sometimes that is the unconscious. Sometimes people say subconscious, but then people have sort of went it slightly different, but kind of conscious and unconscious we'll talk about for now. So the conscious mind, it's about our mind that has, if you think of an iceberg, everybody knows what an iceberg is, and they talk about how the tip of the iceberg is the small bit. So you see the tip of the iceberg in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then underneath the water actually is the bulk of the iceberg. That's where it's bigger underneath. I'm not sure of the stats on icebergs, but for this, it is said that the conscious mind is maybe around 10% of our mind, and then the unconscious, subconscious is about maybe 90% of our mind, or our makeup. So the conscious mind is the bit that we see at the top. It's the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. It's the bit we see. And the unconscious is the part underneath the water. So the Titanic didn't see, you only see the tip of the iceberg. You don't see the bottom, but the bottom is where actually all the stuff happens and where the most damage can be done, because you don't always know what's going on underneath the dark water, okay? So consciously, on a practical term, the conscious mind is, I sort of say, the one that likes to make us worry a lot. It's our thoughts, and it's what we're aware of. So the conscious mind is what I'm going to have for dinner. Am I too warm? Am I too cold? What have I to do today? What's the list of items? We're consciously aware of our thoughts, and we are processing, we're analysing, we're thinking, we're aware of it. It's sort of maybe going through our brain, going through our mind on a daily basis, maybe continuously sometimes. So we're aware of it. What am I going to have for dinner? Have I done that yet? The head's going. Okay. So then the unconscious mind is everything else. It's everything else underneath that. And if you think of it maybe as the 90%, it's stuff that we're not aware of in that moment. It can be our feelings, it can be emotions, it can be repressed memories, knowledge, information, a whole lot of things. A simple way to put it, because it's a big topic, a simple way to put that is, for example, your phone number or your mobile number. If anybody remembers their mobile number these days, you used to remember your phone number. I know my phone number, my mobile, or cell phone. If somebody says to you, I'm not thinking about my phone number, but it's stored somewhere in my memory. If you know it, it's stored somewhere in my body and my mind and my energy, but I'm not thinking of it as we're having a conversation, but it's there. It's there somewhere in the back of your mind. But then if somebody says to me, what's your phone number? I can go, oh, right. And then I kind of like pull up, oh, right, what is my phone number? So I give attention to whatever is unconscious, and then I can bring that number up to the surface, and then it's conscious. Okay. So the conscious is we're aware of it in the moment, and the unconscious is we're not aware of it in the moment. Now you can go deeper into that, because the unconscious mind can store our memories, and it can repress memories, it can repress emotions, it can have trauma, there can be a million things in there. But yes, one is that we're aware of it, we're aware of the conscious mind, it's more thoughts and logical and processes, and the unconscious mind is more emotions, other things going on, and a lot of stuff that we've no idea that's going on. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff going on that we have no awareness of what it is, but it's all there. It's all underneath the surface.
Yeah.
Everything under the surface, really. I hope that answers the question.
Is that the case of sometimes you may be going through a very, very bad, I know you've mentioned it before, like an emotional trauma, and you are deflecting your uh, unconscious emotions and everything within until something happens and you realize that, oh God, I've been suppressing this, or you deflect things onto other people, and you are going through emotions, but you don't know that it's buried deep down within you, that there's problems going on.
Yeah,
until someone brings it to your attention and you go, oh dear, I've been suppressing things within me without even realizing it, but I'm taking it onto other people, and now maybe I have to dig a bit deeper to find what's going on inside me.
there's probably about 5 questions there.
I know.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is with regards to healing. With regard, because I would come to it a lot from the side of, from the angle of healing. So, a lot of people that would come to me for the breakthrough sessions and that, they come, you come and you maybe think there's something is a problem, or you don't know this. I feel stuck. I don't feel I have confidence.
Yes.
I just feel there's something negative gnawing at me, or some memory keeps. I just feel a bit angry all the time, or I don't feel good enough. There's all these different things, and yet, and you're consciously aware of it, and you're trying to figure out, well, why am I like that, or why do I not like that person, or why am I not able to do this thing, and then unconsciously, actually, the real reason behind why you're doing it is unconscious. So I'm trying to think of an example.
It's like having a personality disorder. Oh.
Well,
No.
that's maybe, we can maybe save that topic for another day. I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
It can almost like you're split. One, I feel
Yeah,
like you're saying you're split.
because
You're kind of split.
unconsciously there's something going on within you.
Let me think of it. Let me think of an easier way
Yeah.
to say this. So, for example, let's take okay, consciously. It's a big topic. Consciously, we know that we maybe shouldn't eat 14 croissants for breakfast, or that we shouldn't be having 10 cakes, or smoking, or having 40 pints of beer, because we know consciously it's not good for us. We know consciously there's a consequence to that for our health. If we're drinking or something, we know that we're maybe going to have a hangover in the morning. Consciously, we know, we are aware of all these things, smoking, etc. Consciously, we know we're doing some of these things, and we know, I think we mostly agree that they're not particularly good for us or beneficial for us, okay? So, on a conscious level, we know that, so why don't we just stop it?
Yes.
Why does anybody drink, smoke, overeat, do all these things, when consciously we know, we're aware that they're maybe not good for us, okay? And now some people like all that, and that's if you like smoking, you like a drink, and you like a croissant, have it. But it's when things are maybe get out of control, or it's too much, or you're not happy with things. Why do we do it? Why do we do what we do when we know it's maybe not good for us?
Yeah.
And so the reason can be that a lot of these things can be coping mechanisms, because there is actually something else deep rooted in our maybe emotional past, or in some kind of event, memory, incident, something emotional that we're unaware of. But we're running maybe this program unconsciously of this program that is not really benefiting us, and there's some kind of stressor there, there's some kind of thing there that we need to cope with. And rather than dealing, and a lot of it's emotional, can be emotional. So instead of dealing with that, and again, sometimes we're not even aware of it. We don't know there's something there. So we use all these other things as coping mechanisms. And don't get me wrong, they can be healthy things, as in too much exercise, working a lot. All there can be lots of different things that we use as coping mechanism. But it's like there's something going on underneath the iceberg, and we're not aware of what that is. Unconsciously we're using some kind of, we're maybe smoking, drinking, something like that, overworking,
comfort ourselves,
to kind of comfort ourselves, but we don't know what the issue is. So actually, in a lot of when it comes to healing, we really need to get to the unconscious issue. We really need to get to the unconscious issue.
That's interesting.
So
So in regards to healing and well-being, is one better than the other?
Both are needed.
Yeah.
Both are needed, but both do completely different things. So yes, consciously, you may have to come to a point where you go, okay, maybe you like smoking, but you think to yourself, I don't want to do this anymore. Or, I don't want to do this thing because I know it's bad for you. So that's a conscious awareness. You first have to consciously kind of make a decision, have an awareness
to
type
get
of thing.
The healing out of it.
But then we maybe need to find out unconsciously why we're doing it.
Okay.
And what is the deep rooted cause. And a lot of times people don't know what that is. A lot of times people don't know what the root cause of that is. And the unconscious unearths what's really going on, what the problem is behind the problem. So both are needed. I think the clearing the unconscious, subconscious stuff is a more maybe sometimes difficult thing for people to do, and not a lot of treatments and stuff deal with that. But both are needed. But we in order to really clear, especially big things, especially like trauma or very severe issues, depression, different things like that, often we need to unearth the subconscious stuff, the stuff that's really causing it.
But quickly, so is that where therapy comes in? Because if you're not aware of all these things, no.
Therapy comes in where we can have a conscious awareness of what it is, and then there are therapies that can help get rid of the stuff that's going on underneath.
Okay.
But not everything does that. So it's but both are for different. Both do different things, but both are needed.
Yeah. Interesting. Thank you. What would you like to say to your lovely audience?
I would just like to leave everybody with the question of who would you be if you were all that you are? We have so many skills in that subconscious area. We have so much knowledge, information, stored knowledge in there that we're maybe unaware of. You can have so many more skills, qualities, and positive things and tools and resources that you're maybe unaware of consciously. So who would you be if you used all those tools and used them for your benefit? Who would you be if you were all that you are?